of our law enforcement personnel first.
You recently had an incident, comments made by Joy Behar of The View. Bob Iger said that she called you privately to apologize. Can you bring us behind the scenes and tell us what happened? But she didn't say it publicly, although the original comments that she made about Christianity were made publicly.
Well, Sean, my Christian faith is the most important thing in my life. I mean, my wife and I spend most mornings with a little bit of time in the Bible, a little bit of time in prayer. And we're very typical Americans. I think the tens of millions of Americans cherish their faith. And so when I heard that ABC had a program where my Christian faith had been described as a mental illness, I thought it was important for me to speak out, not on my own behalf. You and I know that criticism comes with public life. But I felt it was important that I defend the faith of tens of millions of Americans against that kind of slander. And I did so. And, you know, I give Joy Behar a lot of credit. She picked up the phone. She called me. She was very sincere. And she apologized. And one of the things my faith teaches me is grace. Forgive as you've been forgiven. So
does mine, but I'm not as good at it as you.
Well, look, but I said to Joy, of course I forgive you. That's part of my faith experience. But I did encourage her, and I'm still encouraging her, to use the forum of that program or some other public forum to apologize to tens of millions of Americans who were equally offended by what she and
makes me question the sincerity of it, because you're right, it wasn't just a shot against you, it was against, and I'm a Christian, anybody of faith.
Well, but for me it was never about me. I mean,
understood.
You know,
you don't take it personally.
No, I didn't take it personally. But I just thought it was important in this moment that I speak out on behalf of the faith of tens of millions of Americans, and my hope is that that Joy and others on the airways will come to appreciate the meaning and if I can say the joy that comes from faith and respect that.
Last question. 2018.